Hi everyone, we're back for a brand new week. A fresh-faced and reinvigorated Hamish is signing on, and it's a big week for Celtic. We're now less than 7 days away from our visit to Ibrox, a game that could well define our season. I don't want to give it any bigger a billing than it already has or needs, but that's kind of where we're at the moment. On today's video, we are going to just set you up for what's to come by bringing you up to date with what's happened at Celtic over the weekend. There's plenty to get through, so let's get going. I hope you enjoyed our very special Q&A that we put out on the channel on Saturday, around about the time of me being up the Guinness Storehouse top floor with this beautiful pint and a few others as well, I should add. Fun weekend for me. I do feel reinvigorated. It was very good in Dublin, very nice indeed, up until the, I think, 2.5 hour queue to get through security at Dublin Airport yesterday. But you don't care about that at all. You care about Celtic. And first of all, I want to give a shout out to the Celtic women's team who won their big game at Celtic Park on Saturday afternoon, 4-0 against Hibernian. There was a decent enough crowd at Celtic Park as well on Saturday, including in the North Curve, where it was taps off again for the second Saturday in a row. Great work from them and also everyone who went along to see that match. Hopefully you had a wonderful afternoon. In terms of the first team, a fair contingent away on international duty. Here's a little roundup of what's gone on and what might be about to go on over the next few days. Callum McGregor and Greg Taylor both started for Scotland in their 1-1 draw with Poland on Thursday night. Didn't actually see that game, but I did hear that Callum McGregor especially had quite a good game. Scotland face Austria in Vienna tomorrow. Steve Clarke has today said that he'll make changes for that match. Andy Robertson's going to come back into the reckoning, so I would certainly suggest that Greg Taylor won't be starting that match. Hopefully Callum McGregor doesn't start it either and he can get a good rest ahead of the big game on Sunday. That's a bit of a common theme among the Celtic first team players that are away on international duty. Josip Juranovic played all of Croatia's 1-1 friendly draw with Slovenia on Saturday afternoon. Croatia are due to face Bulgaria tomorrow, also in Qatar. Their boss Zlatko Dalic has hinted that JJ could be rested for that second game, which would obviously be good news for us. Nir Bitton in an even better situation from a Celtic point of view. He played in Israel's 2-0 defeat to Germany a few days ago. He's now actually been released from the Israel camp, as was always the plan, and will return to Lennoxtown nice and early ahead of Sunday. So no more international matches for Beaton. And completing the hat-trick, not for the first time, is Georgios Giacomakis. He's Greek. He's likely to be rested for their game against Montenegro. That match is actually tonight, so you'll probably know by the time you're watching this video whether Giacomakis is in the Greek side. Greek outlet Gazeta reporting that their new boss, Gus Poyet, will make changes for tonight's game. So let's hope that GG has his feet up once again. He played 70 minutes in Friday's win away to Romania and actually had a pretty good goal wrongly disallowed for offside. Karol Starfelt didn't come off the bench in Sweden's playoff win over Czech Republic. That one went to extra time. They take on Poland in the final tomorrow. Let's see if Starfelt plays in that game. I certainly wouldn't expect him to start. Reo Hatate may be a little bit different from the guys we've already mentioned in this video, in that he could be in line for his big Japan chance now that they've qualified for the World Cup. They've got Vietnam tomorrow. Their coach, Moriyasu, I think his name is, has been certainly hinting that he'll make some changes there. They're still playing for top spot in the group, but now that qualification has been assured, it doesn't really matter too much, and you would kind of expect him to make changes and potentially give Hatate his first ever Japan cap, believe it or not. He's played for the Olympic teams, youth teams for Japan, but he's never been capped by the full Japan side. So it could be a historic day for Reo Hatate tomorrow. I believe that game is around about lunchtime, Scottish time on Tuesday, so plenty of time for Hatate to get on a plane and get back to Scotland ahead of the game on Sunday. Denmark's under-21s play Belgium tomorrow too. We'll see if Matt O'Reilly is involved there. Likewise, Liel Abada's Israel 21s have got Germany. Liel Abada scored in their last match and will surely feature again tomorrow. They're second in their group at the moment. Germany are top. And with only a handful of games to go, it's a big one for Israel. I think that's kind of why they've called Abada into the 21s. That's kind of it in terms of our players that are currently away at the moment. So far, no worrying injuries. Touch wood, that stays the same way. In terms of actually what's happening at Lennoxtown, we don't really know. Celtic have been quite quiet. There had been murmurings of a bounce game. I've certainly not heard that happening, although these things are often kept in-house. We don't really know about the state of Kyogo, other players as well. We don't really think it's a major talking point, really, either. I mean, obviously Kyogo coming back would be a massive boost, but we're not where we were earlier in the season when we were so reliant on Kyogo. I think even if Kyogo's fit, as I said in Friday night's live video with Asim, I probably wouldn't start him out at Ibrox. I just think we've got other options there who are really in good form at the moment. The likes of Maida, Giacomakis, Jota, those are the players I would probably go with on Sunday. But if Kyogo's around on the bench, it would obviously be a big boost as well. Elsewhere, and sticking with another Japanese player, Reo Hatate offered what I think is a little bit of a harsh assessment on his start to life at Celtic. Speaking to Ultra Soccer about his start to life at the club, he said, "It wasn't easy. I was marked by the other teams and had to play a lot of games. So it was difficult in terms of my condition and so on. I think it's a 2-month period in which I saw both the good and the bad sides. The environment, pitch conditions and climate are different from those in Japan, so it took me a long time to get used to it. Next was the difference in soccer style, with the team playing hard on the edge of the box, switching offensively and defensively quickly and playing at a high speed, so it was difficult to adjust." I would say that Reo Hatate has been far better than the impression he gives in those quotes. He's clearly a star in the making. He has the ability to run games at Scottish level, and I think in time he'll be able to do it in Europe as well. I've not got a problem with him having high standards, quite the opposite. I think that's a great thing, but maybe he should just lay off himself a little bit, because I think he's made a fine start to life at Celtic. Not every new signing can make the impact of a Abada or a Kyogo right away scoring goals, so I think he's been absolutely fine. Not really much else happening to do with Celtic at the moment. It's very much just let's get through the next few days, finish the international matches. The bulk of them I think will be tomorrow night, and then we can get right into things as we look ahead to what is a huge game at the weekend. We'll obviously be doing the same on the channel. We'll be ramping things up as the days go on. So much previewing to do. We're going to chat about Ibrox in every video, I think, between now and the weekend. Scott McDonald will be on at some stage later in the week as well to help us with that. And tomorrow, we've got another former Celtic player joining me for a bit of a chat about a number of things, from his own career to Ange to this Celtic team, and of course the derby at Ibrox on Sunday. A big thanks to our good pal Stevie from GigPod for putting me in touch with this guy. I'm not going to tell you who it is, because I think it can be a nice wee surprise for you when you watch tomorrow's video, but I will give you a little bit of a clue. So he's obviously a former Celtic player, you've probably guessed that, and he did play with the following 4 players at one point in his career. So you can try and work this out. I've hopefully made this difficult enough that you won't all get it. So the 4 players are Freddie Ljungberg, Ian Hart, Stephen McManus and Mark Viduka. That's Freddie Ljungberg or Ljungberg, Ian Hart, Stephen McManus and Mark Viduka. And we'll chat to the legend who's played with all 4 of them tomorrow. Finally, from me, we are getting very close to 27,000 subs. We're about 150 subs away from taking it to that tally. It's been a long road. Let's see if we can get there either tonight or tomorrow. Just a reminder that we do these videos every single day apart from Sundays when I'm in Dublin, which is very rarely, I promise. Solo videos like this one weekly videos with Celtic heroes Jackie McNamara and Scott McDonald, live match reactions, previews, and Celtic fan media press conferences. It doesn't cost you a single penny to subscribe, but it does help this little channel to continue to grow. So let's get to 27,000 and beyond. Back tomorrow. I can't wait to see it. Well, what are you doing here?